Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot. Thank you for your patience. It took me a while to get these April readings out. First I got sick and now I'm away from home. Hi baby. I'm cat sitting. I don't know if you... Yeah, you can see Star. I'm cat sitting while my friend's away, so... Slightly different video and just a lot of transitional things going on at the beginning of this month, but that's fine. We're gonna roll through it as always, aren't we Taurus? But with that said, let's get into your reading. Alright, so Taurus. As always, same house rules apply. This will be a general message for all Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Take the messages as they resonate. Do not try to force anything. If something pops up, doesn't resonate with you, doesn't fit your circumstance, just means it wasn't for you. Leave it on the table and take the rest. Alright, we're going to start off with some oracle cards and then clarify with the tarot as always. Alright. So Taurus, my vision for this reading really is about what new opportunities we're manifesting, what we're bringing in, what we're going to have to start actioning on. That we are in Aries season, right? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. All jumping out at once. We are in Aries season, right? So it's a time to move forward, it's time to act, it's time to do. We also have the new moon coming up the end of this week. I think I want to say it's like Saturday or Sunday, something like that. So going to be exciting. Let's get into these cards. So first card out, House of Flowers. I love that. Actually, I really like this card. I'll go over the meanings. I probably will read from the book a little bit, only because I haven't used this deck in a while, so I might need a little bit of a refresher for some of them. Protective Nest. These two actually work really well together. This House of Flowers and this Protective Nest. And sometimes this Protective Nest can be a little wonky, but having it come out with House of Flowers I think is great. So you're being very aware, yes, protective, try not to be super literal, but you're very aware and very nurturing to not only your home space, but also the things, I'm just going to describe it generally, but the things that feel like home, right? The things that are important to you, that are significant to you, that, the things that you've placed value in. This could even include like little baby projects that you're trying to get off the ground, whether this is entrepreneurial, whether this is romantic opportunities, things like that. This also does speak a lot of a connection to nature when we talk about the House of Flowers. So some of you, this could be, how you ground yourself during these times. For some of you, you could be, starting a garden or starting to beautify your home. Flowers in general speak to beauty. So for some of you, you might be in this space where you are starting to cultivate more beauty around you, whether that means redecorating your home or creating, a safe, sacred space for you, someplace where you feel grounded, where you feel you can put, all your little treasures and know that they're safe and protected and shielded, where, I'm trying to think of another way to explain it, but that's kind of it. And that includes yourself, Taurus, right? You are a sign that has to do with luxury and comfort, right? So this could really speak to using the month of April to create a space like that where you feel this way, or to just kind of boost and beautify the spot you're in. We do have that Stranded card coming up at the very end. So some of you, this may be an energy we are moving away from. This could be an energy that we're just trying to protect ourselves from and keep us from. You can kind of see here with Protective Nest, things are covered. We've got a lot of brown, so that very grounded, earth nurtured energy here, versus the Stranded card where it's, instead of being on the surface of the ocean, this boat got stuck in a tree. It's weebling and teetering on the tower, and this poor sailor, the anchor can't even reach the ground. He can't find any secure footing. He can't find a secure base. So Taurus, for some of you, if it feels like things are too shaky or too unstable, maybe too much has shifted recently, right? Lord knows I've been through a little bit of that so far this month, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of you had that as well. There may have been do I want to describe this? There may have even been an opportunity where maybe we made a misjudgment or we were misguided somewhere and we decided to leap on something that maybe has taken us to a place that feels a little risky or feels a little less stable. And again, like I said, this could even just be the thought of wanting to avoid this energy, right? Because there's a big fear of failure in this card. Doesn't mean you're going to fail. Doesn't mean you're even on the road to failing. It's just the fear of, oh God, I can't allow this to happen. Or, oh my God, what if that could happen? I need to do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen. So there may just be a fear of that particular energy. But there's this strong divide of needing grounding, needing security, needing protection, needing comfort, and then, juxtaposed against the thought of losing that or not finding that or having that, interrupted in a way, shall we say. So April, or Aries season even, may just be a time where maybe things are shifting externally, not internally, not you personally, but externally things may be shifting or evolving or changing or moving. And I don't even want to guarantee that it's going to be this risky. I think it's just the perception that it could be, or the opportunity that it could be, may, be putting you in a place where you want to find more grounding, or you want to beautify and again, make like little sacred spaces for yourself. That might be a high priority right now because we're afraid of what could be happening. We're going to go a little deeper with that. Oh. Eight of Swords, first card out, feeling stuck, feeling trapped. So again, that's that stranded energy. But the thing I always say with the Eight of Swords, it's mental. Most times with the Eight of Swords, you're not actually stuck. You're not actually trapped in this situation or in a situation. It's kind of just the fear of it. Yep, look at that. Eight of Swords juxtaposed to the King of Pentacles. So again, feeling that I'm stuck, feeling that I can't do it, feeling that I can't fly, yet the cage is open. You could totally push that lid off and get out if you wanted to. And then you showing up as the King of Pentacles. This is your natural earth energy, feeling grounded, feeling secure, master of self, master of your domain. So again, if there is a fear or a worry that things may go wrong or things may fall apart, don't let it get to you. And actually, now I look at the camera, bottom of the deck, Four of Swords, rest, quiet the mind. Your mind is going to do more damage than anything else this month. All right? So try to, when the wheels start turning a little too fast, when mentally things start to seem overwhelming or the fear starts to creep in, you're like, oh, the what if, the what if, the what if. Try and ground yourself back out. Be really practical, and that's something you're good at, Taurus. Be really practical and look at, okay, what resources do I have? What have I stockpiled and saved up? And I don't necessarily mean money, right? Could be anything you have saved, right? Resources can take many, many forms. But look at, see the foundation that you've built, the connections you've made, if this is a work thing. I know that card fell out, we're going to look at it. But see that you really have solid ground to stand on, right? Before you're worried you're going to be stuck in this wibbly tree without anything to lay your anchor on. Know that you've built a strong foundation, right? Look at that. 10 of Wands in reverse. Letting the struggle and the burden go, right? Because again, that struggle only exists in your mind. This month will go by much smoother if you can be very practical, right? And you know what? Having that, I'm just going to say this while we wait for the next few cards to come out. Having that House of Flowers pop up, that is a great, I love it, and then a card falls right on top of it. I love it. That is a great card that just speaks to grounding in nature. So honestly, Taurus, you more than any of the other signs so far with these readings, you definitely need a moment to ground, because all the stress that's going to happen this month, if any, is just going to be in your head, right? It's going to be anxiety through fears or doubts or these weird worries. Where'd that go? There you are. That really don't have any grip on you, that really aren't affecting you, or won't even play out in that way. Okay? Okay, let's see what these, yes. Yeah, look at that. Knight of Wands was the card up here, and then Strength was what fell on the floor. So Knight of Wands, a card of following your guts, following your intuition, acting on your desires, doing what you feel is right? Being a little impulsive, which kind of is a luxury right now, right? You think of the state of the world and how cautious a lot of people have become, or how people have had to become a lot wiser with their resources for some cases. You kind of have this luxury to act on your impulses, to do what you want, to really follow your passions, maybe without having to be limited by other material things. And then this Strength card, you having the power, having the ability to achieve them, to make progress, right? To quiet the beast. And honestly, right now, this beast feels like it's like the monster in your mind. Literally, it's the monster in your mind. I'm looking at these cards to see if I can kind of get information on where this may be affecting you, but it just feels very, I don't want to say vague, it just feels very open, right? Like, I definitely feel these stresses are going to be a little more material, money, housing, all that kind of stuff, which are completely valid fears, what we get here. But like I said, you are in a situation, you're in a position where you really don't need to worry about that. You've set up strong foundations, you've set up strong boundaries, and you've created your own safety nets already, okay? Look at that. 6 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups in reverse. 6 of Pentacles is about reciprocity, right? It is a card of giving and receiving and being in that flow, not constricting your resources, right? Like becoming like a uber hyper saver, right? And I'm using this as an extreme example. Like, it's not about being thrifty. It's like about, I'm going to shut all of this down because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm so nervous that, XYZ could fall apart. That's an energy where like you shut off that flow in one direction, but that's also going to shut it off in the other direction, right? So you need to know, like, as it goes out, it is coming back in, right? There is a flow to this, and you have enough to let it go. Like, it's not like you're in a position where you have to start tightening up, right? You can still be fluid with your resources. This 8 of Cups is that it's not a desire, and it's certainly not a need, but it's like that thought that we have to be hyper vigilant, that we have to cling to what we know, and not kind of be willing to trust the unknown, right? This is that energy that's going to again start to choke up this flow, right? Because upright, 8 of Cups is about surrender and letting go and moving forward, stepping into the unknown, right? Because when this card is upright, this is an energy of like, I know where I am not happy. So no matter what I find in the unknown, there is a greater potential for it to be better than where I am now. It would be more foolish to sit here, right? That's why this energy gets to, you've reached a point where you're like, nope, there is nothing here for me. Absolutely nothing here for me. I no matter what I find out there, I don't know what it will be. There's a chance it will be better, because there's nothing here for me. There is no good for me here, right? When this card is in reverse, we're still kind of stuck there. We're still sitting there. We're like, but what if it gets worse? What if it da-da-da-da-da? Like, honestly, it already is worse now. And I don't say that in the way where it's like, it can always be worse. Like, it could be raining. Like, not only are you stuck in the forest alone, now you're wet and cold. It's not that. But it's that there's nothing good here. So even if you went and left, there's a chance that at least something will be good in that situation. You will never find anything in this situation is what this card talks about. And to me right now, it's speaking to that mental space we talked about. That you're like, oh, I'm so worried that so-and-so might happen, or, you know, that I'm going to run out of this or run out of that, or I'm going to lose this opportunity, or da-da-da-da-da-da. And I keep thinking of money, because that's kind of prevalent. But again, resources could be anything, literally could be anything. But there's this thought process that kind of keeps you stuck. And it's not that it's a bad thought process. You know, we all, you know, at different points need to be frugal. We need to be wise about our resources. We don't want to, like, frivolously just, like, spend. We don't want to do that. But you don't have to be so nervous right now, Taurus. Like, when I say looking at this, you do have solid foundations. You do have security nets in place, or at least the skills and the connections to problem solve and make some other, you know, if something were to happen, which I don't think it will be, but it's just that mental thought that, oh, but what if, you know, it's kind of that, it's that kind of vibe. Know that you're safe, know that you're being protected, and you're also being guided to kind of work with your impulses and follow those passions, right? Allow that creative juice to flow. And I'm using creative juice as an example, but it could be, you know, you could just get hunches to do things, or, you know, you feel like wanting to, for some of you, this may be, you may feel like you want to take a certain luxury right now. I want to, you know, I just want to get away and go on a trip for the weekend, or I just want to drive up to this place for a few days, you know, and then you're like, incredibly practical slide. Oh my god, where'd that go? You know, then your practical side is, you're like, oh no, but what if, you know, we shouldn't do that, so, you know, because then that would be dipping into the whatever, you know, I'm just making up excuses. But you literally are in a position where that can be really good for you, right? So allow that to happen. Some of you may be getting some inspiration to take a little trip like that, or go see someone, or, you know, fill in the blanks with whatever's happening. Let that happen. And then we have the Queen of Cups pop out. You know, Queen of Cups is a very reserved energy. All the cards that are popping up in reverse for you are all speaking to that same energy where you're super guarded, hyper shielded, setting up a bunch of barriers and walls for people or you know, manifestations to get to you. It is a big block of this energy. And really, your guidance right now is to trust and open it up and allow it to flow. Now, that doesn't mean you open the gates and let it all out, right? But just do what feels right? You don't have to worry and question everything so much. If it's something you want to do, like, and you can still be practical, use that practical side of it. Sit down, do the math, really look at what it would cost, what it would mean, what the input would be. You know, and you can kind of reassure yourself that you have all of that and it's going to be okay. Look at that Sun card. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Couldn't have, look. And then you have the Chariot card. It is a card of travel. So for those of you who have been wanting to get away, are planning a trip, thinking of planning a trip, do it. Do it. It will be good for you. Whether it's good for you just because it helps you get away, or whether it is just going to be a nice break that allows you to reset and maybe even find a new opportunity, right? Maybe it connects you to something or someone, depending. You never know. But do it. Oh my god. I mean, I can't get a better outcome card than the Sun, right? That's amazing. I love that. Taurus, I'm going to wrap up your reading here. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Next week of the readings, I'll probably still be here when I start filming the next week's readings. Assuming I can get all of these uploaded in time. I have to kind of go back and forth so I can get some Wi-Fi so I can upload. So hopefully this finds you in time. I'm pretty sure it will. I have a plan. So we're going to make that happen. But as always, thank you, Taurus, for supporting me watching this video. I love you guys. Make sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, let me know how this resonated. If you're going on a trip, let me come. I want to see you. I could use a getaway. And if you're new, welcome. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when the next set of readings pop up. As always, I love you guys. Take care. I will see you in your next video. Bye, Taurus.